Hi everyone, Nick Credicos of Nick's Seasonal Decor, and tonight you're watching me on Bowdabra, and it's Christmas time, you guys. You've heard me talk about Christmas so much, so I figured tonight we would design lots of Christmas bows in different widths. So we have 1.5 inch, we have 5/8 inch, we have 4 inch, we have 2.5 inch, and I believe that's all of the sizes. So behind the camera tonight is my dad, so be sure to say hi to Dad and thank him for recording me tonight. So Dad, let's show off all of the different ribbons we have. Look at how many different colors we have. Aren't those pretty? So my personal favorite would probably be one of the buffalo plaids. This one's calling my name this year too. And we designed this with a pinecone wreath about, I think, a week or so ago, which was really fun. So let me quickly share this video. That way we can have as many people join as possible. And what we're going to do is, like I said, we're going to make a simple wreath too. So that's in the forecast. And let's get started. So I'm also going to join the video so I can read some of your comments too. So again, as you come in, let us know where you're watching from. Tonight, Bowdabra is also giving away a free roll of scrunchy ribbon. And the color choices are red, silver, and gold. I, just for my own curiosity, would love to know what color you would like. Dad, what have I been saying this entire year? What color do I absolutely love?
Silver.
Silver. I don't know what it is. And red has always been my absolute favorite color. But I could do silver year-round for everything at this point. That's probably going to change within the next few weeks or so because I'm constantly changing. So I'm going to put my wreath to the side for now. And we are going to be working with our large Bowdabra. So this is what it looks like right here. And what I have also is some Bowdabra wire. So here's a new roll. I thought we would show you guys that. So we're going to open this up. I already have a piece pre-cut, but I just want to show you guys, how full this roll is. I'm still working on my second roll, but just to show you guys. So what you're going to do is obviously open it up. And the color choices for the wire too, Dad, come in silver
and gold. Yep.
We're using gold today, but my favorite is silver just because it would match and blend in with everything. So just peel the plastic off, put it to the side, find your end. That seems to be the hardest part for everything. And how quick was that? Honestly, sometimes finding the ends of wires, especially floral wire, you guys, is so difficult, and I just do not understand why. But Bowdabra makes it nice and easy. So I already have a leftover piece. This must have been from something I cut off. So I'm just going to take this, and on the top of your Bowdabra, welcome you guys. Hi, Ruth. Thank you, Deborah, for the share. At the top, there's a little slit. We just have the wire folded over. It doesn't matter which way it goes, but you're just going to place it into your Bowdabra like so, and tuck it in underneath. Very simple. So hands up if you guys are excited for Christmas. I think it's a given that I'm excited for Christmas. I could talk about Christmas all day, every day, 365. So let's do our first bow. Our first bow, let's work with a 4-inch ribbon. So what do you guys think of that?
That's beautiful. That's really beautiful.
Isn't that beautiful?
Hi, Claire from Wakefield, Mass.
Welcome. That's a real local.
That's local, yeah.
So I'm going to actually start off with our tails. We designed with this, I'd say, about a week ago. I picked up a bunch of pine cones from my yard, and I get a lot of crap from using my scissors the wrong way. I don't know what it is. Whenever I grab my scissors, this is how I hold them. I don't know what it is.
Because it's whatever way you grab it, you work with it.
that's how I rock and roll, Dad. You know that. So just cut a length off for your tails. And what we can do ahead of time is actually dovetail them. So I'm going to take my ribbon, fold it in half, and cut from the middle out towards the wired edge.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.
Welcome, you guys.
Laurie says, I love Christmas. Oh, this is our favorite time of year, too. Nick loves Christmas.
I love Christmas. I could talk about Christmas 365 days a year, like I said. So, Bowdabra, plug the link where you guys can purchase your Bowdabra down below. They are sold out pretty much everywhere, but Bowdabra does have some in stock at Bowdabra.com. But we're going to take this, we're going to just place it inside like that. Look at that ribbon.
It's beautiful,
Isn't that beautiful?
Give you guys a little close-up. That really is nice.
How pretty is that? Over 400 of you guys tuning in. Welcome. Hi, Eleanor. What a beautiful name that is, isn't it? I love that name.
I love the Eleanor Mustang, too.
So we're going to take it. We're actually going to do a very simple bow. For this ribbon, I don't want to, create something massive. I think the prettiest bow for this is actually either 2 or 4 loops at most. So we're going to do a 2-loop bow today. So there's our first loop. See, Dad?
And why would you say that? Because it's such a big ribbon, you think? Yeah,
it's such a thick ribbon, but I also really like 4-inch ribbon just being very simple, especially with a pattern like this, you can, overdo it. So I think just adding a bunch of loops to it doesn't give you, it creates a bigger impact, but sometimes less is more. So we'll do 3 loops. How's that sound? So there's our little button loop. See how much smaller that is, Dad?
Yep.
This is only about 2.5 inches or so. Over 500 of you all tuning in. Thank you so much. And then Bowdabra comes with a wand. So look at me for a second, you guys, and I want to stress this. Every tool you have in your shop, whether it's the Bowdabra, your scissors, you guys know how I use my scissors, your wire snips, whatever tool you have, you're going to have to manipulate to your own hands. So this kind of video is, you know, what works best for me. But to figure out what works best for you, kind of use me as a guideline and then kind of tweak it to get it to your hands. So, like I said, the Bowdabra comes with a wand that you can place inside like this and compress your ribbons. These are a pair of scissors, but I don't actually use the wand. I never use that much ribbon that it fills to the top. But if you do, just use the wand. Now we're going to take our wire, bring it from one side to the other. Doesn't matter which way, like I've always said. Doesn't matter. Pull it really tight. You can tie this in your Bowdabra. I personally like taking it out of my Bowdabra and tying it from behind. But like I said, it doesn't really make a difference. It's whatever works for you. So I'll take one of the wires, bring it to the other side. And we don't have much ribbon in our hands, so it's very easy to hold. You can actually let go of it and nothing's going to happen. Flip it over. And secure by, you know, creating some knots. I like to do 3 knots just in case. I don't want to take the risk of it falling apart. And there we have an ugly bow, right?
Not totally ugly, but...
So, not totally ugly, but we're going to make it look beautiful. So only 3 loops, you guys, and it's going to turn out really pretty.
Yaya's feeling better, thank you. Yeah, she's a little tired today from her surgery, but...
Thank you, guys. Yes,
thank you for asking,
I
yes.
posted a post earlier on Nick's Seasonal Decor letting you know that she's having her 2nd eye surgery today. She was actually in a lot more pain. She didn't feel any pain the first time around. And today she felt the IV had hurt her, and then, you know, she felt the surgery happening too. So we appreciate all of your support that you guys have shown our way for Yaya. You guys know she's my little baby.
Now that's a bow now. That's
Isn't that
all
pretty?
fluffed, and that's beautiful.
Isn't
yeah.
that pretty? Do you think we need any more loops in there?
No, that's just
you could
beautiful.
If you wanted to. I'm not saying you can't, but I'm saying just the simplicity of it. Imagine these going up your staircase, Dad.
That's pretty, yeah.
You know, how pretty would that be? So, show some hearts if you guys love that. I see almost 600 of you all. Let's see if we can reach that milestone tonight. We're going to take this 1.5-inch buffalo plaid, and this came from Hobby Lobby, and I don't use a whole lot of ribbons from Hobby Lobby. Occasionally, I'd say probably 15-20% if that. But this one I picked out several months ago because I wanted to work with buffalo plaid, and as you can tell, I never got around to using it. So we're going to put it to use tonight. And this is actually going to be the ribbon that we're putting in our bow. So we're going to start by cutting our tails. I'm going to cut them rather long. See how long that is? You guys can cut your tails however long you would like. Keep in mind, the longer you cut them, the more they're going to cascade down below, the bigger your bow is going to be. But you don't necessarily always need massive loops or tails. Now we'll cut a length of our Bowdabra wire, like that. Place it into our Bowdabra. I just like to take it and stick it underneath. Hi, Beverly. So again, comment down below if you would like to win a free roll of ribbon. You know, who doesn't want a free roll of ribbon? And we'll be drawing our winner in the final 5 minutes, so stick around so that you guys can see if you won.
And what were the colors again, Nick, for the ribbon?
Red, silver, and gold. So,
red, silver, and gold, everyone.
So for my own curiosity, just because I'm kind of intrigued, I would like to know what color you would like the best. I've been on a silver kick, like I said. Now we're just creating our loops in our Bowdabra.
Jean said if you're using a ribbon with words on it, does it bother you if they're upside down?
So, Gene, that's a great question, and for those of you that may know, like, I use pretty much the same ribbons one after another. I'm not a huge fan of massive prints and sayings on my ribbons, but it does bother me, and we showed you guys, I think either last week or the week before, how to deal with ribbons that are, you know, with prints and stuff like that. So definitely check out Bowdabra's fan gallery and their blog posts and their app so that you guys can see all of those videos that we've done over the last 6-7 months. Let's see. Good evening, Nick. Glad to catch you live tonight while on vacation. Well, welcome, Ricky. Thank you for tuning in. So all we're doing is creating lots and lots of loops. So you can do as many loops as you would like or as few loops as you would like. It totally depends on what kind of mood you're in. Right, Dad?
That's right.
All right, so I want this bow to be nice and full. We're going to just stick with some greenery and a pretty bow, and we're going to have a beautiful wreath. Uh-oh, see what happened here? It's pieced together, you guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to snip that out.
Is that from the factory that way, Nick?
It is. So, you know, if you're dealing with, you know, relatively inexpensive ribbon, that occasionally happens. But if you're spending, you know, tons of money on ribbon, you're not going to want that to happen.
I wonder why. Maybe the machine overran itself or something, you know?
I mean, eventually a roll of ribbon, no matter how big the companies have, run out. So they have to piece it together. We were just lucky enough to get that piece. But that's okay. We just cut it out. We placed it back into our Bowdabra, and we're continuing on. I think we'll do one more loop, and that's it. I want to keep it nice and simple.
Everybody wants to win.
Awesome, you guys. Keep those comments coming. All you have to do is just comment you'd like to win, and Bowdabra will send a free roll of ribbon your way if you're the lucky winner tonight. So now what we'll do is we'll, again, just kind of compress our ribbons. We don't have a lot in this. We'll take our wire from one side to the other. Doesn't matter which way. Tie it off. I see almost 600. Let's see if we can break that. I like to take it out of my Bowdabra. Take one wire, wrap it around.
Firuza says she loves your creations.
Oh, thank you. All right, so just tie, tie, tie.
Nancy says, I just love all ribbons. Me too, Nancy.
Me too. But there we go. Ugly? How ugly is that?
That's ugly.
That's ugly. Thank you, Dad. Thank you for your honesty. That's what I like to hear.
Connie says, Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, Connie, and Happy Thanksgiving to everyone.
Exactly. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I can't believe it's already here.
I know, so
almost
fast.
said Happy Gingham.
Gingham.
But yes, I can't believe Thanksgiving is almost here, you guys. It's the best time of year. You know, it's here. Whether we want it here or not, it's here. All right, so just pull those loops apart. Give everything a good fluff. I see 640. Thank you, guys. Let's see if we can hit 700 viewers now. And how pretty is that bow?
Looking good.
Right? Simple. Nothing has to be overly done. You know, I like to keep, 1 to 2 ribbons in my bows, max. I don't usually deal with a whole lot of ribbon. But that's something very simple that you can have on your staircase, on a lantern, virtually anywhere. But we're going to work into a wreath today because that's what we do. So here we just have a regular grapevine. I'm going to choose the side I like the least. That's what I like to do. So right here is where I like the least. I'm going to take my Bowdabra wire.
And hide that little skinny part, huh?
Yes. Right, Dad? What are we supposed to do when we add bows to our wreaths?
I always try to hide the spots that aren't, that they're a little imperfect. Like you're dealing with a natural product, remember, everyone, like Nick always says.
Natural product, but you always want to place your bows and designs on the ugliest side of your design.
Yeah.
Reason for that is it covers it up. You have the ugly part hidden with the bow. This grapevine is going to be totally showing. We're going to add a little bit of greenery, but since it's going to be showing so much, we want to make sure that we hide the ugliest part of it. So I'm just going to tie it off, cut off our wires. I don't need those wires. Cut off that little excess bit. Refluff our bow because I just squished the heck out of it. Pull our tails down. Run our fingers through them. Get any creases out. And we can fluff that all day, every day. But we're going to just tuck in a little bit of greenery. Like I said, I want to keep it simple. So we have some of this. This is as cheap as it can get. We're going to pull it off. Let's see if we can do that. I'll actually just snip it off. So let us know what you guys did today. Hopefully you all had a great day. We were really busy all day. We created some tutorials. We filmed Home Talk this morning. I'm excited to show you guys that. We created kind of a fancy candy cane. What else did we do today? We packed lots of orders. And thank you all for purchasing the kits. We are completely sold. We sold out, within an hour or so. So we have to put those together after Thanksgiving. So if you ordered one of our fresh centerpiece kits or fresh arrangement kits, those will be going out a few days after Thanksgiving. We have so many things that we're trying to accomplish. So many tutorials. We have more Bowdabra tutorials coming your way. And we're just trying to keep busy. We're trying to keep you guys as engaged and as much as you can learn as possible. So look I'm not even breaking these up. I'm just kind of fluffing them.
Ricky Roberts says, I think all 600 want the free ribbon.
Comment, you guys.
You're probably right.
If you haven't commented yet, lots of people say, oh, I'm not going to win. And you'd be surprised because I took my dad to see Air Supply. That's kind of before my time, so my friends wouldn't know who Air Supply is. But I'm sure you guys will. And if you do, give this video a like or comment down below. But I wasn't thinking I was going to win. And then all of a sudden I won free tickets.
And we had the best time, me and Nick.
Yeah. So, you never say never. You'd be surprised. I'm a believer in that. So, we're going to cut down another spray.
And for all you guys that are looking for the Bowdabras that said that you couldn't find them, go to Bowdabra.com.
Exactly. Bowdabra.com. You guys can get your Bowdabras. Right now, Amazon is sold out. And Michael's is sold out. I believe Hobby Lobby had some left. I'm not sure as of right now, but Bowdabra does have them in stock. So, I'm just going to place a little bit more greenery kind of behind my bow. Never forget that. All right, you guys, whenever you're designing with bows, make sure you place things behind them or else it just looks unfinished in my eyes.
Richard Eaton said, Nick, you trying to say we're old?
No,
just older.
Older. Absolutely not, Richard. All right.
Hi, Nicole from Newfoundland. Thanks for watching.
Thank you, Nicole, for joining us tonight. All right, so just a little bit of greenery, you guys. That's all I added. We can come back in with some berries. We can come back in with some decorative picks. Or you can just leave it like this. If you want a very simple wreath with nothing on it, this is your wreath. Right, Dad? Not everything needs to be absolutely covered.
No, you don't need to, no.
So this wreath is very budget-friendly and very simple. Any beginner can do this wreath. Fluff your bows. I can fluff constantly. But we're going to move on. I want to crank out as many tutorials as possible. I see 6:30. Let's see if we can reach 1,000 tonight, everyone. What do I have here? Just another little scrap piece of Bowdabra wire.
Gene Billington says, when you paint a grapevine, do you use flat paint, Nick?
So preferably I use flat. I've never... So the reason I don't like shiny is because I don't like it for my house, for the interior. Haven't I always been weird about that?
Yeah.
I've never liked anything other than like eggshell or flat. So I like it for my door. My door is painted a flat eggshell color. So yeah, that's what I recommend. But you can use shine if you want. But we're going to come back in with this. And look at how pretty this ribbon is.
That's nice.
Isn't that pretty? So let's do a funky bow with this one. We haven't done a funky bow yet tonight. So we're just going to cut lengths of ribbon. What you can actually do if this is your first time creating a bow like this and you're kind of nervous, the first thing I would like to tell you is don't be nervous, because if you mess up, nobody's going to be watching you. Just take it apart and then redo it. But just to, for the first time making it, it's always a good idea to have them pre-cut. That way you're not way off. But if we're going to be honest, you guys, I don't care if I'm off with these bows. I kind of like the look of my tails being all different lengths. If you want it a little bit more perfect, you absolutely could be measuring them out. I just don't go the extra mile. See how much shorter this one is? Not going to make a difference.
That ribbon's just calling out to me. Look at that. That's like it says, hello, I've arrived.
Yeah,
type of ribbon. Yeah, it's nice. Look at that.
It reminds me of the North Pole.
I love it.
All right, so we're going to add a couple more of those. So what are your Christmas plans, you guys? What are your Thanksgiving plans? Thanksgiving is coming up in what, 4 days? Isn't that crazy?
It's crazy.
3
days.
3 days now, yeah. So let us know what you guys are doing if you're just kind of laying low, what you're cooking. Let us know, because I'm kind of hungry right now, and I'm going to go make something to eat after. And if it's something that you guys can quickly come up with that takes like 10 minutes, let me know, because I'll probably make it tonight. All right, that should be good. I don't want to overdo this bow either. We're going to take our tails, pull them out of our Bowdabra, bring it from one side to the other, just pull it through the loop. Since we folded the wire in half, one end's going to be kind of like that. Does that make sense?
Yep.
We're going to pull it tight. Take it out of our Bowdabra. 670. Thank you all very much for tuning in tonight. And tie several times. Like that. And that looks ugly. So we're going to make it pretty. Fold your ribbon ends in half. Dovetail from cutting from the middle out towards the wired edge. Very simply. We only have like 6 or 7 tails from this bow. 700. Thank you guys. I see 702. Thank you all for giving this video some love.
Nelda says yes, and I have 28 to cook for. 28,
oh
Nelda.
Gosh. Well, you're going to have 29, Nelda. Can I come over?
Make it 30.
30. Me and Dad are coming. All right. Still ugly, right? So what we have to do is now fluff. Fluffing really brings your bows to life. So if you have a difficult time making bows, don't even worry about making them. Make them with your Bowdabra and then focus on the fluffing, because that's really where your bows come to life. So
Richard's making egg rolls with the leftovers. I love egg rolls, Richard.
Those sound really good. Okay. So we only have a couple loops on this. We have, I think, 4 loops total and then 8 tails. And that's what you can come up with.
Jana Peterson said, what kind of wire are you using? He's using Bowdabra wire.
Bowdabra wire. We'll give a close-up on that as well.
This is it. And it comes in gold and silver. I'm sorry, Nick. Gold and silver, 100-yard spools.
100-yard spools, women-owned. How awesome is this?
It is awesome.
Isn't that a beautiful color, too?
And it's sturdy. Very
sturdy. Yeah, very surprisingly sturdy. When you look at such a thin wire, you think it's not going to be secure. But as you can see, the gold and silver part is actually kind of like... I don't know what you'd call it, like a rope type material, and it makes it really, really strong. So there's that bow. I think that's really pretty. I like that color a lot.
Seems to last too, because Nick, you make so many bows and you still have plenty of wire. It's never ending.
It lasts forever, forever. But we're gonna come back in with more ribbon. So just gonna cut a length of our tails.
Kay says you're my favorite fluffier.
Thank you, Kay. All right, so we got 9 minutes left, you guys. I want to crank out as many bows as possible. And don't forget, you guys can always go back to these videos. If you post these to your timeline, you can always come back and see them later on. But our first step, we're going to do a funky bow with some elongated tails as well. So this is one of my favorite ribbons too this year. I haven't used it in a... No, we've used it in a wreath. Yeah, we shipped this wreath out last week. This ribbon. Remember it, Dad?
I don't remember. You've done so many this last week.
Honestly, I do
Honestly, I barely remember boxing them.
So we used this before, and it's a very sturdy ribbon from Sam's Club. So we're just going to kind of drop my roll to the ground. And what did I say we were going to do?
A funky bow.
Okay, did we do a traditional? Yeah, we did a traditional. So we're going to do a funky bow with elongated tails too. So we're going to create loops about, I'd say, 4.5 inches with tails anywhere from 6 to 8. Doesn't have to be a massive bow. Cut your ribbon. Place it into your Bowdabra. See how I did that? You can separate them now or you can separate them after. It doesn't really make a huge difference. The Bowdabra makes it so easy. So, you guys, we only got a couple minutes left. If you don't comment down below, you might not win. So, for those of you watching right now and that are just tuning in, comment down below if you'd like to win a free roll of ribbon. Color choices are red, silver, and gold. And I would definitely, hands down, pick silver right now.
I love silver.
Me too, but wouldn't I always say red for questions like that?
You would say red, but I always loved silver and charcoal.
No, but I'm just saying that's how much we all change.
Yeah,
how much our styles change over time and evolve. Silver's just calling my name this year. All right. So also, you guys, we still have several Christmas trees left to film. Our studio lights came in, our new studio LED lights. Our new tripod came in, so we're gonna be able to do different angles. And I'm so excited. We are doing 2 trees between tonight and tomorrow. We also are doing a garland. We have so much work to do. All right. Let's do 1 or 2 more. Make this a nice full bow. That should be enough.
Philip says, I'll take any color.
Awesome. So that should be enough. I'm just going to take my wires, bring them from one side to the other. Pull it tightly. I like to take it out of my Bowdabra. Like I said, you can make it in your Bowdabra. It's all about personal preferences. And once you get your Bowdabra, you can kind of get used to it. And you can get it from Bowdabra.com currently. So don't forget Bowdabra's app as well. They have an app that you can get in the Apple App Store. There we go. Or
That's
iTunes.
a tongue twister, huh?
I don't even know. Is it Apple? Yes, Apple. Not Payer. So we're going to just take these ends, fold them in half and dovetail. We're going to do that to all of these tails to really create a pretty bow.
Let's see if Nick misses one tonight.
I always miss one. Always. All right. Almost there. So next week is actually going to be the week we're doing our tree topper here in Bowdabra. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely mark your calendars for Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Every Monday, either myself or a team member from Bowdabra goes live. And there's a free ribbon every week. So they're constantly giving away free rolls of ribbon. Very generous of them, if I do say so myself. But now we are going to just fluff our bow. Pull those tails apart, pull those loops apart, give everything a good kind of tug and pull. Make sure there's no creases. And as I said, you guys can make things as complicated or easy as you would like. If you want to add lots of ribbons, you certainly can. If you don't want to, you certainly don't have to.
Beverly says, love you from Fall River, watching you almost every night.
Thank you, Beverly. So actually, Beverly, the funny thing is I really want to go to Fall River, to the Lizzie Borden house, right, Dad? So we're going to make a trip one day down there, and, you know, maybe we all can get together. All right, so you can fluff this constantly, but I do want to show you guys at least one more bow.
That's a pretty ribbon, Nick.
Isn't that a pretty ribbon?
Yeah.
So we can fluff that more and adjust it. And we will have the high-quality pictures of all of our bows we create tonight posted so you guys can see. That's something I really enjoy doing, is taking photos of everything afterwards. That way you guys can see the full beauty of everything, because it's kind of hard to capture on a video like this, especially since I move so fast. But, you know, we always take pictures. So I'll cut another length of wire.
Yaya's doing better. Thank you, Debbie, for asking. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Debbie.
And the winner will be announced shortly, I believe.
Yes, the winner will be announced shortly. So definitely comment if you'd like to win. We're getting to that crunch time. All right, so we're going to do this ribbon, I think. What do you want to say? This ribbon, Dad? Or something else?
I want to see
Let's see.
one.
This one?
That one.
I think we did that last
Did
week,
you?
didn't we? Or the week before? I don't remember. Should we do that one?
You could do that one,
Let's
yeah.
do this one.
That's
really Christmassy.
cool too, yeah.
Let's do this one. We've never worked with this before. And also, Dad, I do have to get you new shoes because I am sick of hearing that little squeak. It sounds like a little mouse.
Congratulations, Kathy. Sorry, Nick.
Kathy won?
Yeah.
Congratulations, Kathy. Message Bowdabra and you will get yourself a free roll of ribbon. So let them know your color choice between red, silver, and gold, and they will be sending it your way. So, yeah, Dad's shoes sound like little mice. They squeak. I don't know. I've never heard that before.
I know. It just started like a week ago.
Yeah, we got to fix that. But we're going to take this ribbon now, and we're going to do a traditional bow. When I think of Christmas, I think of traditional, especially when it comes to bows. So we're going to just take it. See how I'm twisting it?
Yeah.
180 degrees.
That's a festive color, too.
Yes, it's spiral. It's very pretty. So create a loop, and you guys, you can create them so fast once you get the hang of it. So all I'm doing is just a repetitive motion with the bow like this. So we're going to create our loop. We're going to pinching it backwards so the back side of the ribbon is facing forward. Place it into my Bowdabra. And I like to rotate my Bowdabra instead of rotating my hands. So I just rotated it.
And then you get the nice side facing up,
Then
right,
you
Nick?
get the nice side facing up. Exactly, Dad. So we'll do this about 3 or 4 times on either side. The more loops you do, the more full your bow is going to be. But you might not necessarily always want a super duper full bow. I know I certainly don't. Lots of times I like to take greenery and work it in. We've shown that here on Bowdabra before. But that's usually what I like to do. So that's enough loops for me. Snip off our ribbon. Compress it. Take our wire, bring it from one side to the other. And pull really, really tight. Just like that. Now we can take our wire, wrap it around like we always do, and tie it off. Tie it 3 or 4 times. All right, one more time for good measure.
Where does that ribbon come from, Nick? Do you know?
I honestly couldn't tell you. I don't remember. I've had this roll for a long time. I just haven't used it. You know, we have so many rolls of ribbons that I can only get to using so many at a time. But it's very pretty, isn't it? I'm pretty sure, I don't know, maybe I got this a couple years ago. I'm pretty sure Décor Exchange has a version of this currently available, but I'm not 100% sure. Ribbons are flying off the shelves, you guys. We do have some interesting and exciting news for next week, so definitely tune in. We have a kit that we put together, and you guys will be able to kind of see what that's like. So stay tuned for next Monday. But here's just a go-to traditional bow that would work in every wreath, every lantern, every swag, every garland, everything this bow would work for. So isn't that pretty? I like the swirls.
I love it.
All right, so how are we doing on time? We got about 30 seconds, so perfect timing wrapping up a bow. So let's do a quick little recap. We created a traditional 2.5-inch bow. We created a 1.5-inch kind of multiple loop, multiple tail, kind of funkier bow. We created this funky bow that could use a little bit more fluffing, and we'll have pictures of them posted with some long tails. It's probably one of my favorite ways of using this technique. We also have probably my favorite bow of the night, this 4-inch.
That's classy,
Isn't
yeah.
that pretty? Not overdone either. Not overdone either. So this is a 4-inch. And lastly, we created a very simple wreath using just bare minimum greenery and one simple buffalo plaid bow. So that's a lot of bows that we were able to accomplish. So thank you all very, very much for tuning in tonight. Bowdabra is live each and every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern, whether it's myself or another member. We have exciting news next week, so be sure to tune in. And yeah, we have a kit coming out next week, which we're going to talk a lot about. So thank you to Sandy, Bowdabra's owner, for having me as a guest tonight. I love spending time with you guys. And hopefully, more than anything, I've inspired you to either make a bow or kind of master making bows. So thank you all. I love you guys. And I'll see you next Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.